Hey guys, welcome to another Bible Stories with Bella. I'm so excited to share another one of my favorite stories with you. Today we are going to learn a story about self-control because Miss Jamie talked about self-control on Sunday, right? Have you been using your self-control this week? Well, let's learn a story about using self-control. All right, this is called Daniel and the Lions. Daniel lived in Israel a long time ago, but when he was a lad, he was captured by his foe. They took him off to Babylon and made him serve the king. But Daniel prayed and lived for God in spite of everything. So there's Daniel. He was captured by his enemies and taken to serve a king in a different place. The king looked around for someone wise and good, someone he could trust to do the things he should. The king picked Daniel, but it made the others mad. So they figured out a plan to make Daniel look bad. So the king had some advisors. He had some people that told him what to do. And he needed someone that he knew that was going to make good choices and he could trust. And so he chose Daniel. But that made those other guys pretty mad. In the VeggieTales version, they sing, "Oh no, what you gonna do? The king likes Daniel more than me and you. Oh no, what you gonna do? We gotta get him out of here." Let's see what they do to get him out of there. The men came before the king and said, "You are so great. May we suggest a simple rule that you can legislate?" Do you guys know what legislate means? Legislate means that they want to take a rule and make it become a law. And because he was the king, all he had to do was say, "Yep, this is going to be a law." So they wanted him to make a special law. I wonder if it's going to be a good one. For 30 days and 30 nights, to you alone will pray. The lion's den will be the fate of all who disobey. Now, are we supposed to pray to people? No. Who are we supposed to pray to? We pray to God, yeah. But these guys, they knew that Daniel loved God and prayed to him every day. And so they made this rule that everyone could only pray to the king. Do you think Daniel's going to follow that law? What do you think? Here's the mean advisors telling the king, "We should make this law that everyone should pray to you." The king agreed, and so the rule was made into a law. The other men watched Daniel, and this is what they saw. Daniel went into his room, and kneeling down to pray, he thanked the Lord and asked for help like every other day. So Daniel, even though he knew that the punishment for praying to God was being thrown in a lion's den, he still knelt down and prayed to God. Here we go. See what happens next. The men ran to tell the king that Daniel disobeyed. The king was sad, but he couldn't change the rule that he had made. So the men took Daniel and brought him to the den. They threw him to the lions, and what would he do then? Oh no. They threw Daniel in the lion's den. Do lions like people very much? Not usually. So let's see what happens. The king was so unhappy he couldn't sleep that night. When morning came, he quickly ran and cried, Are you all right?" Daniel answered, "Yes, O king. They didn't get a bite, for God sent his angel to shut their mouth up tight." Look at Daniel. He's just hanging out with the lions. He's just hanging out. He's petting one of their manes. Now, is it a good idea to pet the mane of a lion? No, they don't like that very much. They might try to take a big bite if someone tried to pet their mane. But God sent an angel to shut their mouths. So normally, lions don't have good self-control, right? They will, if someone comes at them, they'll bite at them or attack them. But God sent an angel to shut their mouths and give them self-control and not eat Daniel. Have you ever said something that you wished you could take back? Or said something mean or unkind and thought, oh, I didn't use good self-control for that? Sometimes when we get angry or when we get upset or frustrated, that happens. We can say things that we don't mean just because we forgot to use our self-control. But sometimes God is, guess what? He's always there. And so if you are upset or angry or sad, all you have to do is say, God, give me self-control. And he can help you shut your mouth, just like he shut the lion's mouth when Daniel got thrown in the lion's den. Isn't that cool? God can come down and help us have self-control. All right, guys, I hope you use your self-control this weekend. I'll see you next week.